American man, if you couldn't tell. If you hadn't noticed, I am from America. I currently live in Texas. I used to live in Virginia. Sic semper tyrannis. Am I right, brothers? Today we're talking about Robbie Williams, a guy who I did not know existed. I just wanna feel real love. And who I've learned who he is and that he exists and how much Americans do not like him.
The music is not good, and the music y'all keep playing to tell us that he's good, we don't like it. And Americans love British music. We love it. The Beatles, One Direction, so good, right? So there's a reason he never made it big in America, because we just don't like it.
Why is this important to you? A very big movie just came out.
For the next 2 hours, your house is mine!
Robbie Williams is extremely popular in the United Kingdom. There's a movie about him. It's so weird. We're gonna be diving into why the internet, the Americans, hate Robbie Williams. Robbie Williams' iconic journey to British pop icon status began in 1990 when he joined the boy band Take That. Very amazing band. I love a lot of their songs, like this one. I guess now it's time. Never heard of any of these. These are terrible. He had a 5-year tenure with the group and completely changed the world with his insanely beautiful performances and his entertainment value. He was a feature of the group. Williams contributed to hit singles like Could It Be Magic and Everything Changes. Everything changes but you. My favorite song. The song that I will play at my wedding. Let's hear this song. Hold on. I haven't even heard this. Okay. Shit. All right. The taxi cab is waiting. That's terrible. That's shit, to be honest. What the fuck is that? People listen to that? What the fuck? Could It Be Magic? Isn't this a Van Halen song? This be the magic. How about this? That thing's out of tune as fuck. What is happening? Tune that guitar up, brother. Anyways, in 1995, unfortunately, Robbie Williams departed from Take That and marked the end to his boy band era and the beginning of his solo career.
The announcement that Robbie Williams is quitting Take That came as a shock to both fans and the rest of the group, just a month away from starting their British tour. The band's manager said Robbie was leaving because he couldn't give Take That the long-term commitment they needed. His
transition into solo artistry commenced in 1996 with a cover of George Michael's Freedom. George Michael, by the way, American hero. He's not American, but I love him so much. I won't let you down. I will not give you up. That reached number 2 on the UK singles chart, and this initial success foreshadowed a phenomenal reception of his debut album. All right, guys, his debut album, Life Through a Lens. He misspelled through like a middle school girl. This was released in 1997. I was 1. The album had a standout single called Angels and remained in the UK charts for an impressive 27 weeks. Now, how can you like this song? I know that life won't break me. And also, how can the country who likes this song also like Oasis? Who is this guy? That has 300 million views. How the fuck is that possible? I've never heard that song in my life, and I love British music. I didn't even know it was a thing. Sold over 3 million copies across Europe, which is crazy. Building on that momentum, his second album, I've Been Expecting You, debuted at number 1 in the UK upon its 1998 release. These had to be Russian bots, but in the 90s. No regrets. Once again, the domestic sales reached 3 million copies, which solidified Williams' position as a leading figure in British pop music. Then commenced a series of record-breaking performances and album releases that pretty much defined Robbie Williams' career. I mean, I've never heard of this guy in my entire life, and he is so wildly famous and successful. It's fucking crazy. In 2003, his 3 shows at Nebworth drew over 375,000 fans, which at the time was a new record for the UK's largest music event. That's crazy! But it's no Metallica in Moscow, let's be real. Who are these people? Now, what exactly contributed to this man's success? You've seen some clips of him singing, you've seen some clips of him here. He's got self-deprecating humor, he's fairly charismatic, he has a good stage presence. It resonated very strongly with British people. Music critic Caroline Sullivan of The Guardian aptly described Williams as a perfect meeting of ego, self-deprecation, and hits. Those are the qualities that endeared him to his vast array of fanatics. Speaking of fanatics, go to sour.gg and buy some mutt fruit candy that has no connection whatsoever to the video game franchise Fallout. It is nothing like that in any way. It's not inspired by that in any way. It's nothing like the Blood of the Covenant one we did back in July. It's only gonna be around for a limited time till we get a season assist. Go to sour.gg, buy some. Shipping is now faster, more reliable, and cheaper, I think. It should be, at least. We're working with a 3PL. I'm so grateful that you guys buy this candy. Seriously, it's insane. It's just fucking candy, but it's cool. We do it every single week, and hopefully we'll have some cool stuff y'all will love this year. Anyways, that's Sour Boys. It's my company. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to say. This video is sponsored by Sour Boys. I own it. It's mine. So whatever the fuck. Make the candy ourselves. Robbie also holds the record for 18 Brit Awards, which I'm about to get my first this year, just as an example of how famous he is, which that's a testament to my enduring popularity and the critical acclaim that I have seen within the UK industry. He's got 18 of those, so.
What are you doing? I'm posting false information on the web. Why? It's fun.
In 2004, Bobby was inducted into the UK Music Hall of Fame and voted the greatest artist of the 90s. How the fuck is that possible? How the fuck is that? Who is this guy? Who is this guy? Having won already 17 Brit Awards as a solo artist and as part of Take That, Robbie Williams can now add the Brits icon to his trophy case. He's not in any danger of losing his record as the most awarded Brits winner in any history anytime soon. Robbie said of the announcement, "The Brit Awards are very special to me." That's what he sounds like.
Just a bit of banter.
The previous winners are Sir Elton John and David Bowie. Now talk about legends. Holy fuck. A man amongst giants. Robbie appealed to other European countries as well, just non-US markets. In Australia, the penal colony, 5 of his albums topped the charts, and countries like Germany and France also contributed significantly to his album sales. He had widespread popularity across the uncivilized world. I'm just kidding, it's more civilized than America, but he struggled to gain popularity amongst the troglodytes and cave dwellers back in the States, brother. In 1999, Little Robbie signed with Capitol Records, the American giant. Maybe that's a promising start for him. In 1999, there was a cultural chasm between the British folk and Americans, and it became quite apparent.
I have not got a clue about America. I've said it time and time again. I really don't know what songs will make it here, what won't, what they're into. So, with all that in mind, I've just gone, right, you're the record company. You do what you think, you know, earn your money, basically, record company, and do what you think is going to be the thing that's going to help me here. Because, as I say, I don't really know what's going on over here, so I leave most of it up to them. Yeah. I just turn up and sing.
Led Zeppelin made America hate Robbie Williams, I think. But then there's NSYNC and stuff. Somehow NSYNC's less cringe than Robbie Williams. I don't know what's going on here. And what is his name? Justin Timberlake has ramen for hair. Or used to. Williams' album, The Ego Has Landed, achieved only moderate success in the United States, which is a laughable L. Not really. He's like one of the most famous people of all time in his home country. He should be proud. I mean, let's be real. I'm just hating. I'm just an internet guy. I'm a historian, all right? I'm an internet historian, okay? I'm not the internet historian, but I am an internet historian.
It's kind of British sense of humor and like the smug kind of way that like he carries himself. It's just one of those things where it's like, we just don't quite get it over here. And there's also this catch-22 of like, yes, we don't understand his cultural references, but also we don't really understand why is he famous.
Robbie Williams' cheeky onstage antics didn't seem to appeal very much to the American audience. Like mooning, he would moon people a lot. He would, you know, that is when you pull your pants down, you show your ass to people, you show your butthole. That's a weird thing to do. You go to jail for that now, I feel like, right? Can I do that? No, I've never mooned anybody. I don't like showing my butthole to people. I don't think that's funny. Why would you do that? That's really weird. I know some people who love mooning. I don't like that. I got a guy who I know who loves to show me his butt. It's really strange. Also, some provocative jokes. There's a notable instance of Williams attempting some British humor during a radio interview that was incredibly embarrassing.
What is the maddest thing a fan has given you or done or whatever?
Herpes.
I think just different personalities work in different places. British people love soccer.
2 minutes. Yeah.
we are underway.
And we love football, you know? It's just kind of different. I don't love football or soccer. I think they're both f***ing massive, stupid wastes of time.
Shut up, liberal.
I don't really like sports specifically. I left that tribalism with my Neanderthal ancestors. You can't see the shape of my brow. Look at my brow. I have a troglodyte brow, Cro-Magnon brow. Unevolved. Robbie could not adapt his public persona to work with the American environment. Sean Ross, a music industry analyst, noted that EMI, Williams' record label, adopted a sort of cautious approach to his promotion in the US market after his previous faltered attempts. By the way, a music industry analyst, what the f is that? How do you even get a job as that? And I think that conservative strategy after they failed initially is probably what contributed to the limited exposure and recognition amongst American listeners. He just didn't fit in, man, you know? We like Britney, bitch. F you, Robbie. I'm just now learning this because of this video, but this is not the only band that was very popular in the UK that struggled to gain a foothold in America. Oasis as well. Massive around the world, not that massive in America. I love Oasis. They're one of my favorite bands. Unfortunately, that's kind of embarrassing and like douchey.
Today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw it back to you.
But I really like some of their songs. It's just like a train of energy. I really like it. Japan, Brazil, love Oasis. America, not so much. Led Zeppelin though, yeah! His 700th album, Escapeology, his 5th album, struggled to sell in the American markets in its first 6 months and fell far short of expectations, which was a heavy contrast to its reception in other markets and its massive success. Now, this is where things get really crazy. The lack of exposure that I and my fellow American have had to Robbie Williams, though not for his lack of trying and his record label's lack of trying, it's a bit of a shock to us to see a biopic all about a guy's life who is apparently very famous, that was directed by the same man who directed The Greatest Showman with Huge Jacked Man, and that had produced the Rocket Man biopic, which is amazing. There's a show about this guy. Who the f is this guy? And not only that, he's a CGI monkey in the whole fucking thing. How is that even possible?
I don't give a f what they think.
You give a f what everyone thinks.
A massive twist. He's not even himself. He's a monkey in it. I mean, that's how you get the American audiences. It's real! Oh my God! Ah! Come on. Come on. Good girl. Just relax. Just chill, buddy. Chill. Chill out. I mean, this is dumb as fuck. How can you think that this is a good idea? A CGI monkey is him throughout his life. Wild. It covers his childhood as a baby chimp and his desire to be remembered. I really don't know what the point of this. Him growing up, his career. Why a monkey, dude? Why the f a monkey? And I can't tell if these are clips of Rise of the Planet of the Apes we're showing or the old Planet of the Apes with that one guy who loved guns.
No.
Or clips from Better Man, the biopic of Robbie Williams. They all look equally as bad.
Everybody is so terrified of damaging their own brand. I'm not.
Frankie. Good girl. Apparently, the decision to portray Robbie as a monkey is because he sees himself as a monkey to some degree. He shared that he feels less evolved than others.
To be honest, I've always been a little less evolved.
I don't really know. I don't really know how that works. I really don't know what that means or how that me and Robbie have more in common than I thought. I've been doing this whole time. I often say that I'm a monkey, but I would never make a movie about my life where it's a biopic and it's me, but I'm just a monkey though. It's kind of stupid. Maybe he's like a show monkey, you know, one of those little monkeys with a fez hat. He has to dance and sing when he's told to.
Thanks.
Oh, I'm so sad for you, Robbie Williams. You are like a monkey. In spite of your massive wealth, fame, and everything that you can ever possibly earn in the modern day society and be as successful as you could ever possibly imagine, more than 1% of the 1% of the 1% of the 1%. You're just a little show monkey, so we should feel bad for you. I don't know if he's using this to ingratiate himself with the American audience. I don't really know. I don't think that he feels like a less evolved version. I mean, he said, I want to be the greatest showman of my generation. Fairly egotistical. I don't know who the f you are. I don't think you're the greatest showman. I can think of like 7 other showmen who are, I don't know if they're greater than you, but I can just think of them at least. I don't know who you are, Robbie. The greatest showman is Hugh Jackman. Okay, guys, what the f? I'm not sure if you can perceive yourself as the greatest showman and also less evolved, but I don't really know. In Better Man, he throws some people under the bus and admits to some beef between his former bandmate and lead singer of Take That. Remember that boy band, Gary Barlow?
I sent the first script to Gary Barlow, and he read it and he phoned me. And there's no shouting, but he's just like, Rob, I come across worse than Darth Vader in the first Star Wars.
Yo, it's Mike Barlow! Anybody on Reels ever get Mike Barlow Reels?
What the hell do we know? Not enough to let we go.
I love Mike Barlow. He's like kind of my Robbie Williams, my own personal Robbie Williams. He's also had beef with Liam Gallagher, which is really easy. I have beef with Liam Gallagher.
What did you learn from some of the difficult moments you had with Liam Gallagher? How did you make peace with him? That I'm deeply sensitive, and if you belittle me or bully me, it's napalm death for you. Here's the thing about Liam Gallagher. The voice of our generation, charisma off the charts, wonderful to watch, incredible to listen to.
He even has beef with Jimmy Page of Led Zeppelin, which is just not chill at all for me. I love Led Zeppelin, Jimmy Page. There's a fungus-infested tree, apparently, that's between their beef. I don't really know what exactly is going on there. There's also controversy that his most popular song of all time, Angels, there's allegations it was stolen. A fella named David Hartley covered this very well, and he made a video all about the situation 3 months ago.
This might be the greatest songwriting theft of all time. The song was voted the best British song of the past 25 years, but it was stolen. At least that's what this amateur Irish musician claims.
Essentially, Robbie had worked with Irish songwriter Ray Hefner, and both of them had different stories on how the song had come to fruition.
Very naturally, we kind of found each other and started drinking heavily together and kind of formed this bond.
After a night of heavy drinking, they leave the pub to go and record some songs together, one of which is Angels.
Robbie said it came to him while he was at his sister's backyard, and Ray said it was about his unborn child who had been a miscarriage.
They both claim that they wrote the song before they even met each other.
How Angels came about was, I was in my sister's back garden. So I sat down, I was like, right, I sit and wait. Does an angel contemplate my fate? And, you know, it took me an hour to write a couple of verses.
Ray, however, offers a very different story.
My pregnant girlfriend had a miscarriage. I was starting to write a song about an angel, or, you know, that kind of themed song, you know, based on the conversation with my mother about how I won't have a baby to love, but I love an angel instead.
To him, the song was about having an angel to love since he didn't have a baby to love, and Robbie continued producing the song later with someone else, and Ray was cut out of the process.
We then know that they both meet each other in Ireland and for a short time become quite close. And during this time, they record this demo version of Angels. Ray seemed to think that they had formed this songwriting partnership and that they would go on to work together. For Robbie, however, it's just a short trip to Ireland and there's nothing more to it.
Seems like something a monkey would do, to be honest. I don't know about the self-identity expression or if it's just a fucking weird gimmick to differentiate itself from other biopics, but it's just not something I ever want to watch, nor do I care about it. I've never cared less about something in my entire life, and I make videos sometimes about internet drama. What? That's fucking wild, dude. The trailer, by the way, well received. Very shocking to me. Not to mention the reviews. Who is this? Who is this guy? What is this? How is this 99? Who are these people? Where did this come from, dude? No hate. I'm gonna probably watch it, and I'm gonna see it's grossed $90,000 worldwide. It had a $110 million budget. I mean, what? That's not good. That seems like a loss. I don't know if it's only in a couple theaters or whatever, but my lord, that is low. Wow, that's pretty bad. I'm pretty sure I could make more money than that if I was just like, hey guys, I'll give you a bunch of free stuff if you go watch me be an ape. Now we get to the point why I made this video in the first place. I've seen a lot of TikToks of people talking about this guy.
I don't have a problem with the fact that Robbie Williams is getting a biopic. I've never heard of him, but I can respect the fact that he is very big in the UK. And he held like a ton of records. People love him. He's an icon, right? I get that. But what I just think is a bit weird about the Robbie Williams monkey biopic, and the reason why so many Americans are like, what is happening? Is because we can all agree he's not big in America. For some reason, America just missed out on the Robbie Williams train. And yet his biopic was being advertised before the Wicked movie. So the first time many Americans are meeting Robbie Williams, for the first time ever, seeing his face, hearing his voice, learning a bit about his story in this trailer. He's a monkey. He's a monkey.
People talking about Robbie being like, hey man, who the f is it? No wonder we don't like you, bro. Get out of here. This is terrible. Cringe.
That thing's weird. I don't get it. That's because it's not for you. Because you have everything. Everything is for you. And this one thing is for him.
People saying that Robbie is reminding them why he never became popular in America with the release of Better Man. This fella said that this music sounds like music moms would listen to, and that his song Candy sounded like it should have been released 25 years ago. And when songs from the same year that Candy was released, songs like Call Me Maybe, Gangnam Style, and Somebody That You Used to Know had released, it's just a drastically different music, especially for pop.
It sounds like it belongs on the oldies stations that play Neil Diamond and Billy Joel.
I'm gonna look up Candy real quick. Okay, that's not it. Let's see, Robbie Williams. He looks like the guy, now that she's back in the atmosphere with drops of Jupiter. Hey, is that not him? That's not him? Are you kidding me? This guy looks exactly like Robbie Williams. What the fuck? I thought that was Robbie Williams. Who the fuck? Who is this? Train is who it is. More famous than Robbie Williams. How many Brit Awards have you seen one? Probably none. Less than me. I don't mean to shit too much on the music. I know a lot of people like music. I know music is totally subjective. I don't like it at all, Robbie Williams music whatsoever. I'm very, I have a bad taste in music. I like, let's see, top song on my playlist right now, just so you guys can roast me. Yes, sir, buddy. That's the type of music I listen to, so take that with a grain of salt, what I think about Robbie Williams. He's massively famous. People are saying that his music is fucking terrible, and that's why he never got traction. And the response to this, of course, is to show the videos of him performing for seas
For those
of
Americans
people.
that don't know who Robbie Williams is.
Oh, it's me, Robbie Williams. It feels like a psyop or something. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't feel real. It feels fake. It feels strange. I don't understand it. I think he just had a really loyal audience that was in love with him from when he was a boy band guy. And that's just, that has to be what it is. His new audience capture has to be so fucking low because it seems not real. It seems like a skit. When I see anything that has to do with any Robbie Williams stuff, it doesn't seem real. The discussion online is very heated and I really appreciate it. And I am on the side of the US, by the way. It's a war not of independence, but a war of pop culture. I've seen it even called slander to talk about Robbie Williams as if he's not a big deal. Look at this. I will not take any Robbie Williams slander. You know where this one is from. He's from my hometown of Stoke-on-Trent. What does that even mean, dude? Am I getting trolled? No, but it's the gecko. He's done so well for himself. I wanted to die on this hill. Yeah, man, that's awesome. Who's from Stoke-on-Trent? Do we have different definitions of ghettos? Let's see what Stoke-on-Trent is. The ghetto. Wow. I think we have different definitions of ghettos. A lot of this is very funny, and that's what it boils down to. This is a funny TikTok.
And I think it went far enough when the UK started to accuse us of bullying, when they started to use the term bullying. Because look, it's one thing to make fun of Americans for not knowing about stuff that you guys like. That's fine. We don't know what you like. We don't know what you're doing over there. We don't know your clothing brands. We don't know what kind of food you eat. Yeah, we're American. I get it. But saying that we are bullying a made-up musician because he's not famous in America? Listen, here's where you took it too far. You could have made the music good. You could have made the music good.
Yeah, exactly. It could be good. It could be good. It could be good. But it ain't. It ain't. And that $90,000 gross and $110 million budget really... embarrassing. Wow, bad. He's a CGI monkey. The CGI monkey Caesar from Planet of the Apes is more ingrained in my mind. He looks exactly like Caesar, by the way. They could have given him a different face, but that's who Robbie Williams is to me, is Caesar from Planet of the Apes. Anyways, thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think down below.